Happening today, it's National Small Business Week all across the country, and something important to city leaders in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall recently visited several small businesses and found they're on top of their game. For more than 50 years, the U.S. Small Business Administration has celebrated Small Business Week. When it comes to small businesses, Salt Lake City has a lot of them. So joining us to better understand how small businesses here in Salt Lake City, how big of a presence that is, the city's Department of Economic Development Director for Business Development, Roberta Reichelt, joins us here in the studio. Roberta, thanks for being with us again.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Happy Small Business Week.
Likewise.
How many small businesses are there in Salt Lake City?
Well, we have over 17,000 businesses in Salt Lake City, and 92% of those are small business. And we consider that to be under 50 employees. So you can do the math.
It's pretty wild that you wouldn't think that many small businesses are in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, and I mean the majority. This is common across the country. 96% of businesses are small businesses across the country. So we're right on par with that.
Now, as we mentioned, this is a big time for Salt Lake, and this week, what are you doing for Small Business Week?
So we're doing a few things. Locally, the Utah Small Business Association office is hosting various activities throughout the week via conferences, events. On our part, we made a few videos, video series featuring our small businesses that our mayor came along with, and we'll be releasing those on social media, so you can get a flavor for the work that our department does with small businesses, and just see highlight some of our cool businesses that we have in Salt Lake.
Well, we know that there's been an up and down roller coaster for the economy, especially over the last couple of years for small businesses. How are they recovering with COVID-19?
You know, the recovery depends on basically the industry, I think, that you come from. We know some businesses are actually doing just fine. Many have definitely not reached their pre-pandemic levels. We know some of the industries that were hit the hardest, like our food and beverage, our arts and entertainment and hospitality, are still struggling, and might be struggling until at least 2024. So it's really important that we want to particularly pay attention to those ones and support those businesses.
Well, it feels like they get hit from one thing after another. I mean, you had the pandemic, lockdowns all go into effect, and now we have inflation causing a lot of issues for a lot of those businesses.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely struggling from inflation, labor shortages as well. We have an incredible community that's really resilient. They rely on help from one another. Our department works really hard to address those challenges. Our mayor does. And, you know, we're also seeing further recovery funds come from the government.
Yeah, where do we stand on those today?
Yeah, so you know, initially when we got recovery funding, it was coming in the forms of emergency loans, things like that to keep those businesses afloat until they got the SBA funding. And now the funding that we're getting, we're seeing it go to more to support organizations that support local businesses, like our business centers, our diverse chambers. They're receiving those funds, and if there are any grants that are coming out, those are really going to be directed towards businesses that have not yet received any type of funding.
So there's still opportunity out there for those businesses.
Absolutely.
And apparently some of that is working, because I'm reading here, Wall Street Journal just named Salt Lake City as one of the top five hottest job markets in the country. Absolutely. Whatever you're doing right now is obviously having its impact for those businesses.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think our small businesses are going to see the benefit of that, because we're getting an influx of workers that are coming for those jobs, and they are frequenting those businesses. And also, as far as connecting into that supply chain, when these businesses move in here, they source local goods and services. So we really try to plug in our local businesses to that.
And of course, if you want to check out the work that they're doing at the Salt Lake Department of Economic Development, we have a link to their website, abc4.com, to be able to help you if you need help, they can kind of guide you along your way. Roberta Reichelt here with the Salt Lake Department of Economic Development. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks so much, Brian.